Welcome back to Final Fantasy Ultra Champion Edition. Today we are going to be tackling the Ancient Library. Of course, a staple in Final Fantasy lore is the concept of the Ancient Library, so it's great to see it included in this game. In one of our previous videos, we collected the gold in the north corner of this library. A sage instructs us when we first pop our heads in that this stores some of the most ancient texts in the world, but now it has become haunted, and we're to presume that those texts are no longer accessible because the library has been haunted, so we can't get at the ancient texts. There are some hidden treasure chests in this, and I don't know how exactly we have hidden treasure chests worked in here. If the author of this patch found a way to have another kind of sprite serve as a treasure chest, or if we have a treasure chest with another sprite tile sitting on top of it. Either way, there are chests in all of the 4 main compass directions, and I picked up a big chunk of gold in the northern part, so now I'm going to head over to this side to see what's over here. I was not able to escape these sandworms in the first couple of rounds. I don't know if they're escapable, or if they just have maybe a very difficult escape level when it comes to the random check. Some battles are much more difficult to escape from than others, so I decided to fight it. They are susceptible to ice magic, although I backed off the gas pedal a little bit too early by going away from Ice 3. I probably should have or could have thrown another Ice 3 spell at them just to get this battle over with a little bit more quickly, but as it is, we can go through the whole rigmarole. The sandworms do have quite a bit of HP. They also have a rather tricky evade rate. They seem to evade my attacks quite a bit. But I do get a nice chunk of golden experience, so that's nice. A nice place to grind, by the way. If you do have this party configuration, I did go pick up a couple of levels fighting the Magitech armors in the Southwest Castle. So there's 9,000 gold in this one. I'm just going to scan the rest of this room to see if there is anything else in these bookshelves. But in the Southwest Castle, there is a guaranteed battle with 4 Magitech armors. And if you have a party configuration like mine, or a similar one that has some instant kill abilities at this level, particularly the soft spell for my cleric, you can fight that battle. And if you can survive until you get your defenses up, like by casting shell or wall to protect against their bolt beams and fire beams and ice beams, you cannot protect against their tech laser. It seems that may be non-elemental, or maybe it's an element that is not protected by shell, possibly darkness. So you can pick up over 8,000 experience per battle on that one. Of course, you do have to exit out and recover after every battle, but it makes it worth it. And again, here through the magic of video editing, I have skipped my my exit to replenish, so we went right back to the main staircase coming in, and I'm going to explore the bookshelves here on the east side. And we're hoping to pick the gold or treasure up in here sooner rather than later. It's been hinted at that the gold is in all of our directions, or that there is at least one treasure in all of our directions. And true to form, it's mostly undead down here. I did fight the sandworms, and I think maybe I've also seen the rogue and sand hag connection, possibly, or a similar battle to that. But I might be thinking of something else, but it seems like mostly undead here. Now, Esper, my paladin, who is my primary caster of Holy 3, is also a prime victim to be stunned by the humanoid type undead, the specter type enemies, the humanoid zombies. They're the geists, and the specters, both of which pop up, as do wraiths and images. They all pop up in the vanilla version. Of course, they've been souped up a little bit for this one. We've yet to see the ghost undead, and that's always one that I never look forward to seeing. We kind of run into them in the vanilla version in the undersea shrine. The ghosts seem to have a little bit too much power when compared to the golden experience reward that they do give. They seem to be a little more powerful than they should be for what they reward you with. Anyway, that's the opinion of a few players of this game. I happen to be one of them. We don't know if it's a glitch or if it was just an intentional choice. Like, yeah, we're going to make a really tough undead enemy down here, and we're going to make it pay off next to nothing. So, enjoy that, everybody. So, nothing picked up here. I'm checking my top row again, checking my middle row, because we should have some gold here. Aha, there it is. In the shelf that is not accessible any other way than just by that north way. And again, we're skipping the replenish. So we're back at full strength and heading to the south. And hey, here is our ghostly enemy. But I'm going to just try to get away from this battle because I want to get down there and take a look at what's in the southern room of this library. We have underground libraries. I can't help but think of Final Fantasy Tactics libraries, underground book storage, B1, B2, B3, those some of those later levels there. I see a sprite that looks like the vampire sprite from the vanilla version, who we run into in the Earth Cave. Looks suspiciously like the vampire sprite, so I'm going to heal up and make sure we're in good shape. This is our library now, says this sprite. Indeed, it is a boss, and it is with 3 vampires who look a little bit more like the wizard vampires with their red cape rather than their blue cape. So I'm putting up some defenses. The wall spell should help us with any elemental, and it also should help us with some status elements that they throw at us, I believe. Here's Holy 3, does nice damage to all 3 vampires. The undead here, the vampires, not all undead, the vampires, though, are a regenerative type enemy, and that does work in this version, has been fixed, as it has been in most hacks of this game. The regenerative attribute of monsters has been fixed. So these guys are going to be recovering hit points every turn. I'm just going to take a random shot at trying to stone one of these guys, to hit one of these guys with soft. Because these guys would be considered more or less a boss, I would guess that they are going to be immune to instant kills like petrification. And I did miss on that first attempt. That could have been because it simply missed, but I am going to presume that it was because they're immune, and I'm going to take a different tack with T-Hawk there. Mostly I'm just trying to be piling damage into these vampires one at a time, just try to take one out, take the other one out, take the third one out. And Fire 3 is going to help, although I'm going to run out of Fire 3s after this one. Undead generally are immune to a lot of the status stuff, so the Galaxy spell, which inflicts sleep and paralyze status on everybody, I don't think that's going to be very successful for us. But T-Hawk does have access to the life spell, and life does massive damage to undead. So you see with that one life spell doing almost 600 damage. Pretty good, pretty good. So life also functions as a very, very strong offensive spell when it comes to undead, especially single targeting undead like this. So this last vampire should go down without too much of a fight. Esper has been stunned there for a few rounds. It would be nice to be able to cast another high-level holy spell. And Esper will be hanging out, stunned and stunned and stunned, to the end of this battle. There's a really nice hit from Sulla, and that will do it. very nice chunk of golden experience, although still much less than the 4 Magitech battle. So when I need to power up, it's going to be my 4 Magitech battle. Now, something to note in here, and this is something I've talked about with other hacks of this game, that take out the sound effect of the text window going. Other hacks that take that out, that you do get a sound hiccup in the music track. If you just listen, you can hear it when I'm doing a lot of them. I'll shut up so you can listen to it. And it causes a slight suspension of sometimes the voice. I think the middle voice. It causes a suspension and kind of the dropping out of the 3 channels. And normally most of these Final Fantasy 1 tunes have 3 channels. They kind of have a soprano, an alto, and a bass track. And it kind of causes the alto track to suspend. And I think it's been noted that is because of the way they have to take out that sound effect. We just have to deal with the sound hiccup. So that's just one of the prices we have to pay for awesome hacks like this. Now the papyrus that we picked up there kind of takes the place of the SLAB. So here is Dr. Un, and Dr. Un teaches us the language of the Lefianish people. So from here on, we could go and visit the town of Lefian and see what they have waiting for us. We can also go to the Oasis Shrine and pick up the Oxyale to get the Undersea Shrine. We can go a lot of different places. If you like this video, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I would love to hear what you think. Be sure to tune in next time for more exciting Final Fantasy I ROM hack action.